Welcome back, everybody. It's a My Day Monday. You know what it is. We're back at it again. We're finally in the second week of January. How was the first week for you guys? From my perspective, it was crazy, man. Waking up in the morning, getting to work, coming back in the afternoons, and still trying to do a bit of work. That was crazy. Off the top of that last video, starting the year on a new decade. Um, it must have been ham. It must have been crazy trying to figure out how you can start to think about your life in this year and in 2020, and then figuring out how you can move forward for not just 2020 but for the next decade to come, right? But yeah, so today I want to talk about the importance of relationships, right? The importance of relationships in your life and in your career and so on and so forth, right? Been reading a book for the second time now, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And in that book, they talk about the mastermind group. What is the mastermind group? The mastermind group is basically, this is the principle, right? Your success is limited to the people you surround yourself with, right? So as soon as you can surround yourself with the greats, and I've said this before, I want to reiterate this because this is the best time to try and figure out how you can get fresh people in your life, people that aspire to what you aspire to, people that aspire to a bit more than what you aspire to, and get rid of those that are trying to bring you down through bad thoughts and bad habits that you consume from them as you spend time with them, right? Now, basically, the mastermind group and the principle around that, as I've said, is get more than one people to rally behind a problem so that you guys can solve that problem together, right? You all heard the saying, two minds are greater than one, are better than one, right? As soon as you can partner up with multiple people who have great minds, who have a great attitude towards life, towards solving problems, solving your problems and problems around you, the sooner you're able to produce a solution that is of so much importance to the people around you and the people in your community and so on and so forth, right? I think that's the importance of relationships. Now, I've been trying to figure out how I can take that principle and apply it to my life from a work perspective as I've applied it to my personal perspective, and so on and so forth. Now, in the work sort of relations, I've sought out mentorship and apprenticeship from people who are higher up in the hierarchy and who aspire to greatness. Now, a year or so back, or two, I went and had a chat to one of the senior executives within the organization that I work for. And I told them about my purpose in life and how I foresee my life being in the future and the reason for me being on this earth today. And one thing he said to me was he never really sought to seeing life that way. Even though he had two mentors who have done great in their life and who has done great by him, he never managed to see life the way I had seen it, which was very inspiring and aspiring to me, right? I'm thinking to myself, just by me iterating my purpose and my intention in my life has already inspired a senior executive to do better and to think better of themselves and of what they're doing and the value of their life on this earth. Now, as I do that, the reciprocal effect that they have on me by the things that they are able to do with the power that they have becomes so immense and so important to my life that every single move that happens, I feel it as a force that is coming to back me up and push me towards the direction of my purpose, right? So as soon as, what I'm trying to say is, as soon as you can add value to one person, that person automatically just wants to add value to your life. Now, what I've also figured out is, as soon as you add too much value to one's life, to the point where they feel like they can never repay you, that is when they start to do bad by you, right? And so the importance is to try and find a balance of how much value you give to the next person in order for you to start receiving the same amount of value that will assist you to move it towards your purpose, right? Now, that's where the importance of the relationships come in, right? You will benefit from adding value to someone's life in a way that they will want to add value to your life to help you pursue your purpose, right? Another thing that I've been thinking about is, we've all heard the saying that it's not about what you know, it's about who you know, right? And that's partially true. I think there's a very fine balance and a fine line between those two statements and the truthness of those two statements, right? Now, what you know gets you to a point where you are able to speak out of confidence with a person of power that can assist you to move in towards the direction that you want to get to. Then from that point on, it's all about who you know that will assist you to move in towards that direction. Now, know the right thing to do, know what you need to do, as they call it, earn your stripes. Once you've earned your stripes, go and have communications and conversations with the right people, and find yourself in the position where you know the right people who can take what you know and assist you to implement it in such a way that it moves you towards your purpose, right? Now, to me, that is why relationships are important in one's life, from a career and from a personal perspective. Let me quickly touch on relationships from a personal perspective, right? We all know the importance of relationships when your friend shows up for you with that $100 when you needed it urgently, or whatever the case may be, or when your cousin comes through and backs you up when you are in trouble, for things like that, right? Now, the importance from that perspective is understanding how to maintain those relationships in such a way that once you're at a point where you have a product or an idea that you can build that can help you moving towards your purpose, you can bring those people as part of your mastermind group in order for you to move towards your direction at a more exponential rate, right? Now, maintaining those relationships over time basically means get these people, your friends, your cousins, your family members, and whatever the case may be, from a personal perspective, in line with what you're thinking. Get them to upgrade their mindset and how they think, their train of thought, right? And at the point where you have an idea that you trust and that you believe in, they can then say, okay, cool, how about we do it like this, and feed that idea some additional ideas and some additional substance in such a way that this idea grows and grows and grows. And once you implement it, you're at a point where it's exponentially moving you towards your direction. That's what I think the importance of relationships is in towards your purpose. Now, I was talking to my business partner this week around being great at one thing at the cost of many other things, right? And his point was, you don't want to be the richest person with nothing from a family perspective, with nothing from a friendship perspective, and so on and so forth, right? And I agree. And the point was, can you be great at this thing without sacrificing these other things? And my answer to him was yes. How I believe you can do that is, instead of decreasing all these other buckets with substance so that you can feed this one bucket, find a way to take these other buckets and incorporate it with this bucket. And in such a way, when you're filling any of these buckets, you are filling the bucket that's moving you forward, the bucket that you want to be great at, right? So that's my point. Don't sacrifice relationships to try and attain something else. Build relationships with people that are moving in towards the direction that you want to move in towards. Build relationships and maintain relationships with people that have already been there, right? In such a way that when you have this one thing that you want to be great at, you are not dividing your focus across multiple buckets or multiple relationships in order for you to move forward within this one bucket, or to be great at this one thing, right? So all these things, and as I said last week, one of my goals is to find a way for my balance to help me move in towards my direction and towards my purpose at a more exponential rate. So find a way for these buckets, for these items that you regard as important, to align with your purpose, to align in towards with the direction that you're trying to. So I think that's where this video is going to end. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for giving me the feedback that you guys have given to me, the support, and for liking my videos, right? I'd love some more feedback. Leave some comments below. Remember to subscribe, share these videos with your friends and your families, those that need some of these types of words to inspire and aspire them. But yeah, man, let's have a great week ahead. Remember, guys, you're a future legend. Let's get it.